Hi stars, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Social Studies 2023 curriculum-based test. So let's get right to the paper. So the instructions read, we know for every paper there's 40 items and you're supposed to shade only one correct answer. Number one, the diagram below shows a timeline of some major events in Jamaica's history. Use it to answer item 1. We're seeing the timeline there. Which major events in Jamaica's history should be placed at 1865 and 1962? And in 1865, it was the Morant Bay Rebellion, and in 1962, Jamaica gained independence. So the correct answer is B. What was a major reason for the migration of the Chinese to the Caribbean during the 19th century? They had few employment opportunities in China. Which of the following best identifies a contribution of the Chinese to Jamaica? The Chinese started jewelry shops specializing in gold in Jamaica. No, they brought sugarcane to plantations in Jamaica. That's also not true. Helped the growth of wholesale stores in Jamaica. I think this is just very obvious. The answer is C. Which ethnic group brought Diwali to the Caribbean and as East Indians? Which was a part of the agreement between plantation owners and East Indian indentured workers. The East Indians could work on plantations of their choice, no, had to work on plantations for a period of time. That's correct. So they signed a contract and it was to work for a period of time. Which is true about the experience of the Chinese in the Caribbean during the 19th century. Chinese were allowed to leave the plantation without permission, were given a variety of clothing, given many food choices, able to maintain cultural practices. So they were able to maintain their cultural practices. Read the three sources below, then use them to answer items 7 to 9. The first people from India came to Jamaica to work on the sugar plantations. After their contracts ended, many East Indians settled in Jamaica and used their skills in jewelry making to earn a living. East Indian jewelry stores and other Indian-owned businesses in Jamaica employ thousands of workers. They work in professions such as medicine, law, and teaching. The East Indians worked hard to become successful business owners and professionals. They also worked with the other ethnic groups to improve the lives of the Jamaican people. Move on to source 2. The Europeans and Africans did not think highly of the East Indians, who were doing the work former enslaved Africans refused to do. Hence, there was distrust and dislike among the African, East Indians, and Chinese. However, They later became united in the struggle for independence. And with improved education and living close to each other, they began to have a better understanding and appreciation of each other's culture and contribution. Source 3 is a table showing the dates of the first arrival of some ethnic groups. So we have the different ethnic groups, the dates of arrival, and their purpose. Which source or sources would be most helpful in determining when the British first came to Jamaica? Source 3. Source 3 only. Which source or sources give information on the economic contributions of the East Indians? I think it's source 1 only. Let's just double check that. Based on what I read, I only saw the contributions. Source 1. It's source 1. All right. Which conclusion can best be supported by the information in source 1 and 2? The ethnic groups disliked each other's culture. The ethnic groups started successful businesses in Jamaica. The ethnic groups cooperated to bring about changes in Jamaica. The ethnic groups refused to work on plantation after slavery was abolished. This scene. Yeah, so the answer is why this is happening. All right, let's move on to number 10. Which strategy is the most helpful way of promoting the culture of Caribbean to Caribbean people? This is a repeated question. And the correct answer is C. Because hosting Caribbean cultural festivals in all Caribbean countries, that's a way of promoting Caribbean culture to the Caribbean people. For everything else, A is promoting Jamaican culture, D is promoting African, it's just music. And B, it's when you have cultural presentations to the tourists, that's not promoting to actual Caribbean people. So the answer is C. Read the following information in the box below, then use it to answer item 11. Tom is conducting a research on the importance of the Chinese New Year celebration to the Caribbean. Which question, when asked, would most likely give Tom the relevant information he needs for his research? Who participates in Chinese New Year celebration? How often are Chinese New Year celebration held in the Caribbean? Where in the Caribbean are Chinese New Year celebration held? How have the Chinese New Year celebration helped to shape Caribbean's culture? And D is the correct answer. Who started the Universal Negro Improvement Association? That was started by Marcus Garvey. The trade union activities led by Alexander Bustamante in 1938 were important because they led to improved working conditions, more jobs for older Jamaicans, more workers staying off jobs, the end of colonial rule in Jamaica. And the correct answer is A, it improved working conditions. Number 14, which of the following sources would be most useful for gathering information about Norman Manley's contribution to nation building? A newspaper article about Norman Manley's experience as a lawyer, a tour of Norman Manley's childhood home, a story about Norman Manley's time studying law, or an autobiography of Norman Manley, or the official, biography of Norman Manley, and that's the correct answer. Nothing else quite talks about his contribution to nation building. But when we see the biography, we'll see about his entire life, and then we'll be able to see some of the contributions he made to the nation. Number 15, what is the significance of Independence Day in Jamaica? To celebrate when Jamaica welcomed its first set of migrants, to celebrate when Jamaica gained control of its government, to celebrate when Jamaica's first political party was formed, to celebrate when Jamaica withdrew from the West Indies Federation. And it's to celebrate when Jamaica gained control over its government. Number 16, which of the following was associated with Haiti's independence movement? In 1804, the Jean-Jacques Dessalles Revolution. In 1902, Maximo Gomez Revolution. In 1962, Norman Manley's negotiation. In 1966, Errol Walton Barrow negotiation. The correct answer is A. He was the emperor of Haiti, and he had a revolution in 18, or started the revolution. Let's move on to number 17. Read the information in source 1 and examine the table in source 2. Use them to answer items 17 and 18. Independence Day in Haiti. To mark Independence Day, Haitians watch parades in the capital, Port-au-Prince. The day is marked with fireworks showcasing skillful dancers, skillful dancing and singing. There is singing of the national anthem, which honors the heroes of the revolution. The drinking of soup, jumeau, pumpkin soup, on the 1st of January marks the country's liberation and has become a sign of freedom. Source 2, table showing Jamaica's independence. Theme, one love, one family, and we see the dates there and the activities that are in. Which source supports the claim that some countries serve symbolic dishes during their Independence Day? It's source 1 only, because I'm not seeing any specific dish for source 2. Oh boy. Based on the sources, how are independence celebration in Jamaica and Haiti similar? Competitions are a major part of both celebrations. Both celebrations are held at the same time of the year. The talents of citizens are highlighted during the celebration. A flag raising ceremony is a significant part of the celebration. Look back at Haiti's celebration. Okay, so the talents of the citizens are highlighted during celebrations. Let's look back at the table. Yeah, so the correct answer is E. Which of the following is Jamaica's national flower? The bloom of the lignum variety. And finally, number 20, justice, truth, be ours forever is a line taken from Jamaica's national anthem, national pledge, national prayer, national song for a school. And the correct answer is the national anthem. So there you have it. That's the first half of the social studies curriculum-based test, the 2024 curriculum-based test. In the next video, we're going to look at the questions from number 21 to 40. So you don't want to miss that video. And please remember to share these videos to all your colleagues or all your peers who did the 2024 grade 6 examination, so they can just get an idea of how they went on the examination, and they can provide feedback on how the examination was, right? I think this first half was very manageable. We saw information about the timeline, the different ethnic groups when they came to Jamaica and their contribution. That was a massive of the first half of the paper that I saw so far. And we also saw information about Jamaican emblems. So I'm looking forward to reviewing the second half of the paper, and I know you are too. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.